Hi, welcome to the Recovery Daily podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Abassi. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and stroke survivor. And I just finished up with my morning meetings. I just listened to Never Say Never by the Fray. And oh boy, I need to feel today. I'm making a decision today that I'm going to let myself feel. And that means that I don't feel good still. I'm continuing to not feel good. The only solution is that I shut down activity completely, that I need to take long naps in the afternoon, no digital devices, and all of these things. So I'm feeling sad because it feels like I'm missing out, when I start doing that, when I've got to like shut down and stop using my eyes. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not like looking for sympathy or anything. I think I'm just wanting to talk about it and just put it out there for myself that this is what I'm going to do. This is what I need to do in order to turn this tailspin around that my head is in right now. The pain and the dizziness and all of that stuff is just not getting any better. And I know why it's happening. It's just that I've been acting like I'm normal. I've been not taking care of my head, like with Christmas shopping and getting to go buy the car and getting to go to Thanksgiving. And it's when I think about that stuff that this is like everyday routine stuff for other people. And for me, it causes severe issues. So most of my episode today, I'll have my eyes closed as much as I can. Um, it's hard to control all of that. So today, the morning meeting was about will, like willpower. But what I heard was willingness, because that's what is pertinent to me today. Um, in order for me to be willing to commit to turn on voiceover on my phone, like let's do it right now, live action. Live action, let's turn on voiceover right now. Voiceover on.
Okay, I've turned voiceover on.
Okay, so there, I've done step one. Voiceover on. So it means that I feel a little bit disconnected, but if I practice it, you know, um, it starts to feel like normal. It's when I go off on these tangents where I try to act normal and then I have to regress back to voiceover that it feels like I'm disconnected. So I'm just talking out loud, really. I know that a lot of you that listen because you can relate to the alcoholism part of what I share about. And then there are some of you who can't relate to the alcoholism and you're listening uh, because you're a stroke survivor. And I appreciate all of you. That's what I want. I want to be able to reach people from all different experiences. And what I do know is that this experience, this disability is very unusual. I was telling one of my neighbors last night, who, oh, okay. Yeah. So those of you who are lifetime listeners, you know this as the guy, the what did I call him in the episode? I don't know if I called him the jackwagon guy or the annoying guy or the crazy guy. Well, he also appears to drink a lot. So last night I saw him out with his dog, and usually I try to avoid him because I don't care for him and how he treats other people. But um, I walked out my door and he was pretty much standing there outside in the grass that's across from my house. And so he said hello to my dog, and my dog loves him. So I walked over there and he was clearly sloshed and just being unusually nice and like all talking puppy talk to my dog and stuff. And one of my neighbors had mentioned to me that she thought that he might have a drinking problem. Anyway, it's not my business. But when I was talking to him, I he was telling me he kind of says it how he sees it, without regard for maybe filtering what he's saying. Anyway, he said to me, "You don't walk your dog as much as you used to." And I had told him a while back that I had a stroke. And I said, and I told him actually that I had a disability, but I think he's not really paying attention. I don't know. And I said, well, as you recall, I had a stroke. And he's like, yeah, yeah, I know you had a stroke. So I explained to him my vestibular disorder, like what are the physical deficits that I have. And he was very empathetic. And he was really nice last night, but I feel like I had already told him this stuff and he forgot. But I don't know why I was telling you that. I had a point, but I lost the point. So I just this is what I'm going to have to do, right? I'm going to have to make the choice to be willing to practice my recovery. It's no different than my my alcoholism, my recovery from alcoholism. I have the choice every day when I wake up to practice my program and all of my affairs and not pick up a drink. And in times like this, when I'm going through severe symptoms from my stroke, I have the choice again to wake up and do the things that I need to do in order to take care of myself. And it's an internal battle because what I hear inside my head is that little girl saying, but I don't want to do that. I want to have fun. I want to do things that are enjoyable today. And then I'm the parent saying, this is what you have to do, whether you like it or not. These are days that I have to turn off my wanter and do what is required of me. So, I had made a decision last night that I was going to spend part of today looking at my retirement funds from when I was working and figure out like I have money in different places. So I wanted to like try to consolidate, figure out what my financial health looks like. But I see today that that's not possible. I certainly can't start looking at numbers and stuff today. So um, it's being flexible, and I talked about that yesterday or the day before. Knowing that I have the ability to choose what I'm going to do today. I have the ability to choose not to drink today. I have the ability to choose to take a nap today. And it's important that I do make those decisions, not based on my wanter, but based on the next right thing in order to to be the best version I can be for or be the best I can for tomorrow, me tomorrow, be the best version of me today to help to myself tomorrow. That was not eloquent. um, I was reminded this morning in my meeting about, and this is why I listened to the song Never Say Never by the Fray. Number one, I love it. I love the Fray and I love the song. But I was thinking about this morning about this idea of never saying never, because when I first went to detox, I could not fathom never drinking again. Um, so I drank again because I was like, I can't do this. I can't picture my whole life without alcohol and not drink. So I drank again. And it wasn't until like I kept hearing people say, um, live in today, like only live in the moment, one day at a time. But I didn't understand how to do that. And the way that I had to learn it, just like I learn everything the hard way, the way I had to figure out how to do it was do it the wrong way and drink, picture myself never drinking again and being like, I can't do it and drink. And then I come back to the program, go back to detox. And that's when I'm like, oh, okay, that didn't work. Thinking of my whole life didn't work. And so I need to just think about today, make my choices for the best version of me I can be today. And the same thing applies with stroke recovery. For those of you who listen that are also stroke survivors, I have to think about what can I do today? That's it. What can I do today to feel better, to feel happy, to feel physically okay? Like I should not have to record a podcast episode with my eyes closed. So I didn't do what was best for me yesterday. Um, it's because I turned my wanter on yesterday. I wanted to get a ton of stuff done yesterday because I felt like things were just getting out of control. Well, I didn't have to do it all day long. Like I wrapped presents, I cleaned, I didn't have to do all of that. I need to make one like a decision for one goal that I want to meet today. And I've talked about that over and over again, but I forget. I forget what's best for me because I'm not used to living like this. I've lived 46 years of my life not having to restrict what my goals for the day. And so I have to learn how to do it, and I need to be kind with myself, gentle with myself. I posted yesterday on social media how when I feel like this, I've got this internal battle that happens where I'm actually feeling guilty and a little bit shameful for making myself feel this way. That I'm like, you know better than this. Why did you do this to yourself? Like I'm beating myself up about it. Like the last thing I should be doing right now when I don't feel good is saying this is your fault that you don't feel good. Like how mean can I be to myself? If I were to be talking to that little girl in me and she doesn't feel good, I'm not going to, like, I'm going to take care of how she feels first. And then once she feels better, I would talk about, okay, how can we avoid that next time? What did you do that led you to feeling that way? Like, let's work together to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And that's the way that I need to treat myself. Um, I am way more comfortable now living in today than thinking of the future. Recently, a stroke survivor asked me, like, what do you do on days that you are just tired? You're sick of it. You don't feel like pushing on anymore. Um, and my response is, I think it was, correct me if it wasn't this, um, to rest. Like, just rest. Say, okay, if you don't feel like doing it today, it's okay to not do it today. Don't think of it as if I don't do recovery today, then I'm screwing myself in the future. Like, what is good for me today? And sometimes the best thing that I can do for my recovery is take care of what's going on, what's happening between my ears rather than, and I don't mean, well, for me, my disability is between my ears, but, and I guess so is all stroke survivors, but what I mean is mentally and emotionally. Sometimes it's just I need to take care of that side of my recovery. And so my plan today, other than already being on voiceover, is to stay off of the old laptop. If I do go on the laptop, I'm going to do voiceover, which is still challenging to me even after my class because I started getting lazy towards the end of my class. So it might be nice to pick up my class again and just practice because that doesn't require my eyes. And if I can continue to grow in that area, then I'm feeding my future self in a good way. So I'm going to give up control today. And the song that I listened to, the Never Say Never thing, the lyrics talk about there are some things that we don't talk about. We're supposed to smile. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it feels like. You know, yesterday I was on social media and my topic yesterday was I don't feel good. I feel terrible. And so I posted that because always, um, I can't always focus on how I can feel better. You know what I mean? Like I can't always be inspirational. Uh, to myself and to others. Like some days I need to just say, okay, okay, you win. Like I need to rest. So I was thinking about that this morning when I listened to the song. And I also heard part of the chorus is Don't Let Me Go. And when I heard that, Don't Let Me Go, I was thinking of you all. I was thinking of my listeners. I was thinking of, like, please don't stop being here for me. Like, I know you feel like you're doing this is for you. I'm guessing, but it's for me. Like, from my point of view, I feel like you all are carrying me on a lot of days. Like I have this gigantic connection to you. And it means the world to me. Especially that I can share with my eyes closed. Um, I feel like you're holding me apart, holding me up, and I feel like some days, some weeks, I feel like I'm falling apart every day and we are putting me back together again. That's what I feel like. And that's what the song lyrics reminded me of today. So I finished up my notes this morning by saying, I'm going to let myself feel today. And if that means I cry, I don't feel like I'm going to cry, but I don't always let myself feel like I'm going to cry. So I'm going to listen to some music today because if anything's going to make me cry, it's that, as you know, you lifetime listeners. Not that I want to feel depressed today, but if I've got any negative energy that needs to come out, um, then I'm gonna welcome the feels today, as the kids call it today. I think that's what they call it. And I'm gonna let whatever happens happens and focus on my emotions today because I feel like um I feel a little bit of self-pity, and my reaction is always to automatically ignore it and rub some dirt on it and walk it off, like we say in my family. Uh, we always say that to the kids, jokingly, of course. And that's how I react to myself now. And I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to let myself feel all mushy if I need to. I'm not going to listen to a Hallmark movie, that's for sure. I listened to a Hallmark movie for Christmas, and I'm like, this is totally cheesy, but it's good for some reason. Then a couple days later, I put on another Hallmark movie. I'm like, this is the exact same movie. It just has a different store that the lady owns. Like one was a bakery, the next movie was a candy store, and it was the same thing. Like the dude's in town, he gets trapped in by the snow. It's the same story over and over again. I'm not going to do that today, I don't think. I'm going to resort to music today, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to stop babbling. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.